Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had an amazing Thanksgiving. Today, I'm going to show you how to make the perfect chicken quesadillas. I'm also going to compare them to the Taco Bell's version to see which one is better. As you can see, on the left is Taco Bell and on the right is my version. The one I made tastes a lot more premium than the Taco Bell's version. If you like chicken quesadillas, then I highly recommend that you try this recipe out. But before we begin, consider subscribing to my channel as it's free for you, doesn't cost you anything, but it really adds value to my channel. Quick fun fact, I edited this entire video on an iPad. I'll be making a video on how I did that later on, so do check that out in the future. The recipe is listed in the description below, so do check that out. I listed in both metric and imperial units. For making this recipe, you need the following ingredients. You need 1 teaspoon or 6 grams of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon or 3 grams of cumin powder, 1 teaspoon or 6 grams of salt, 1 teaspoon or 3 grams of onion powder, 1 teaspoon or 2 grams of red chili flakes, half a teaspoon or 1 gram of black pepper powder, half a teaspoon or 2 grams of red chili powder, and finally half a teaspoon or less than 1 gram of dried oregano. With this recipe, you should be able to make at least 3 full-size chicken quesadillas. For making this chicken, you're going to need about 3 chicken breasts, or about 414 grams. You also want to make sure that you cut your chicken into cubes or smaller pieces. That way it's easy to cook them. Here's another close-up of what it should look like up close. Really nice and square little pieces. You can also ask your butcher to cut the chicken fajita style. I think they'll know what you're talking about. Next, I started by adding in all the ingredients. I started by adding in salt, the red chili powder, cumin powder, some garlic powder, and then I added some oregano. It's dried oregano. You can easily find this at the grocery store. Next, I added in some red chili powder. It's up to you. If you like it spicier, add more. And then I added some black pepper, and then finally some onion powder. Next, you want to mix everything up very nicely so that all the ingredients get incorporated properly. You don't have to marinate this, but it's good if you do. Next, in a pan, add about 1 tablespoon of oil for cooking the chicken. Don't do it like me, where I added by guessing, but then had to come back and add more. Just take a measuring spoon, take 1 tablespoon, and add that into your pan. That's all you're gonna need. Next, you wanna heat up your pan to medium-high heat, or about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You're gonna go ahead and add your chicken in and cook it for about 5 minutes on each side. I say about 5 to 8 minutes. That should be enough to get it all cooked properly. You'll notice once it's cooking properly when the color starts changing. Here's what the chicken should look like once it's getting cooked properly. This is after about 5 to 6 minutes. I'll let it stay there for another 1 to 2 minutes and then take it off the heat. Basically, make sure all the water dries out in the pan, otherwise your chicken will not taste so good. Once your chicken is cooked, put it to the side, and next we're going to focus on frying or sauteing our vegetables. I'm going to start by frying the onions first and let them cook until they become translucent. Once they're translucent, I'm going to go ahead and add the capsicum, the red and yellow. You don't have to have these colors. You could also add a green capsicum or green bell pepper. After 3 minutes or so, you can add back your chicken and cook everything all together. You basically want to heat everything up, and then you're ready for preparing the quesadillas. Here's what it should look like once it's all cooked properly. Here's a close-up of that. For making the quesadillas, I went with Mission flour tortillas, and I got the burrito size. For the cheeses, I went with Mozzarella, Monterey Jack, and mild cheddar. These are best for making quesadillas. It's a perfect blend. Next, in no particular order, start adding in your cheese by adding in the Monterey Jack, Mozzarella, and cheddar. Next, you want to add in your chicken, and then top it off with some more cheese. Also, you want to make sure that you put stuff on one side, as if you put it all over the tortilla, it's going to be a nightmare to close this down. So just keep everything on one side and you should be able to easily close the tortilla just like this. Fold it in half and then we're ready to cook this in a pan. You want to cook the quesadilla on a very low heat because otherwise the tortilla will burn and the cheese won't melt properly inside. So slow and steady wins the race. So keep everything on a low heat, start cooking them. I normally was flipping them every 2 minutes. You want to keep repeating this until the tortilla starts turning golden. At that point, your cheese will be melting inside as well. If you followed all my steps, here's what the chicken quesadilla should look like at the end. Really delicious. For serving the quesadilla, you want to cut them into triangles, kind of like how I am showing. Basically, take your knife, cut it in half, and then cut those halves into other halves. That's how you get your triangles. So for comparison, I went out to Taco Bell and got their chicken quesadillas. Here's both mine and theirs side by side. Taco Bell version is on the left and mine is on the right. Maybe looks wise they look the same, but mine tastes a lot more premium as I'm using grilled breast meat and mine is more crispier. Keep it all fair, I went to Taco Bell 5 minutes prior to shooting this clip, just so everything is fair, but then taste wise mine is a lot more premium, more crispier. But it could be up to you. Maybe you prefer softer quesadillas. Let me know in the comments below if you like crispy quesadillas or soft quesadillas. In the end, I'm really happy with how this recipe came out. I'm really impressed that I was able to recreate Taco Bell's quesadillas in my own kitchen. Give this recipe a try and let me know in the comments below if you liked it or not. Do subscribe and hit that like button as this really adds value to my channel. Until next time, take care.